This is terrible.
I don't know what's going on, honestly. I'm confused. I'm scared.
There are storms in Iowa, and we were called out of bed to be here now. It's supposedly women versus computer. It's happening.
I don't know why it's happening. I'm very confused. Yet here we are.
Yeah, so I guess we need to get with it. They're already walking down. They're already walking down to the ring. Let's see who we've got here. Looks like some Sons of Anger.
Some Sons of Anger.
Uh-oh. Looks like the whole... Oh, whoa. Ho, 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 ho. It said... I clicked the wrong button. I said wait because the program had crashed. And I pressed wait instead of close. And look, we're here now with Brick Roberts. Openly on steroids. Questionably related to SCFL, the Scramble champion, the historical Scramble champion. Is Brick Roberts, who came into the league last night saying that he was SCFL's uncle.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's a familial thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mike Miller really looks like Oddworld Let Lou in some ways.
Interesting.
You know, he's wearing the singlet. He's ugly. He's a little portly. As portly as Let Lou.
And there's a SCFL out in the corner of Brick Roberts. That's weird.
I mean, maybe he's trying to embrace this ridiculousness.
Yeah, maybe it's like, hey, he's fighting now. I want to go get a closer look and see if he really is my uncle. I don't know why this is... I guess I'd be wondering if he was my uncle too, but I think he could probably do it at a better time and place.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a brave new world that we're living in.
Brick Roberts, there's Rastaban Baptiste, one of the leading members of Sons of Anger, kind of a spiritual advisor of the group, introduced most of them to the 311. But what does the win do here for Brick Roberts? Is SCFL going to be like happy if he wins and be like, yes, you are my uncle because you're a winner, and we know that Brick is on steroids, and there's a lot going on here.
He doesn't hit the gym, but yet he's getting stronger just by competing in matches, which is really, I guess, kind of a strange thing when you stop and think about it. He's on steroids, but he doesn't work out to get the real benefits of these steroids. I don't understand this man. I don't understand what he's trying to do with his life.
Right. Well, it looks like he's searching for something in the SCFL, and we don't know what.
Right.
Oh God, Mike Miller is screaming now. Maybe Mike or Matt Miller or whoever, maybe him and Let Lou need to hang out more.
I could see that. I mean, maybe he could be a fixer. I don't know. Maybe he's got that in him.
Maybe. Oh wow, Brick Roberts kind of grabbed him by the butt there as he lifted him up. Little oil check.
Very strange. All of this is very strange. I don't know. I don't even know why we're here. It's cold. It's kind of cold and rainy.
I'm tired. It's yeah. We got leaks. Like the crowd showed up. Aubrey Sitterson is there in the front row.
He's always there. Like he's always got his arms crossed though. He's always really like, he's really concerned about the action.
He is always concerned. Very
he's always
negative
like,
body language.
Well, yeah, he's just like, this isn't his jam. Like he wants to be watching guys like big burly guys beating each other up, and maybe Brick Roberts could fit into that mold, but Rick Roberts is just doing a lot of uncle things. He's doing a lot of like, he's grabbing people, like he's doing headlocks. He's doing like some weird hugs and stuff. Like he's just trying to wear this man down. And I don't know. I don't know why that. Well, his headlocks are starting to. I mean, Mike Miller knows that they're coming, so he knows to just suplex them. It's pretty. Most people would change up their game plan at this point or try to do something different. He's not, though. He's doing nothing.
That is a flaw. Well, Brick is also he's damn green, and it's not like Miller fights that often anyway. We saw him earlier in the scramble. I think these two are really embracing opening this card here. That's .TV champion Asanophil. He'll be out later on tonight.
He's not the .TV champion.
Oh my God, the scramble
he's
champion.
Scramble champion.
Sorry,
he's got the night off. He does
have the night off. That's weird.
And he's in his raver pants too.
That's why he's out here. He thought that this was going to be the scramble.
And then he's like, not my uncle again. And now he's like, yeah, I guess I just have to embrace uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Quote unquote uncle. That makes sense. He came out here just being like, hey, it's the first match, time to go to work. And then Sludding is like, dude, it's just not time.
It's just not time yet. Look at Brick just trying to like strangle the life out of good old Mike over here. These guys definitely don't wrestle with a lot of urgency. I mean, Brick just keeps trying to strangle him, and Miller is just kind of taking it.
And Brick just keeps going back to that standing arm triangle. I mean, he's just trying to out-muscle him with these steroid-fueled biceps.
He's got nothing else going on for him.
Oh, diving shoulder thrust. That'd be a weird thing to get the 3 count too.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two really, I mean, it's a fine match, and Asanophil's confused, Baptiste is showing moral support, but it's a weird way to start a show, but we don't usually, look at these men, these are slow men. These are big, slow men. It's hard to appreciate what's going on right now. Miller running the ropes. These men are just running and they're tired. What the hell is going on? They're just running into each other and celebrating that fact. As Miller screams. Both of these men are gassed as hell. There's no like subtlety to what's going on here. Like Brick is tired. He just grabs him in and throws him down to the ground.
He's gassed.
Yeah. Look at this. Brick Roberts, you can't deny his power, but what are you trying to do with these headlocks, buddy?
I don't know. I think he's just trying to wear this guy down, and it's like he doesn't have the gas tank himself to sustain this kind of movement. This is sad.
The crowd starts cheering as Brick Roberts throws a man so he can catch his breath. These guys are gassed as hell.
These guys are not ready.
This is why they don't get airtime. This is why we have to be broadcasting at 2 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Yeah,
like
these guys aren't ready for anything that's not a scramble match. I don't think.
These men are exhausted.
It's like they've been going for. I think this is also a 2 out of 3 falls match somehow because it says first. This is going to be the most incredible match ever.
We're opening with the best 2 out of 3 falls.
We're living in like a 1980s lucha libre world where all singles matches have to be fucking multi-fall bouts.
That's how high impact it is. Look at this. It's just like he's just kind of hitting him like not even that hard in the ear. He can't even wind up. It's not like Brick is defending. He's just barely letting those get through. Oh, the elbow to the spine. So their exhaustion in damage will carry over, right?
Oh yeah, this is like the second fall of this match is gonna be like a minute long.
Oh my god! Look at him just gasping for air. Both of them.
He's just screaming. I like that Brick throws him out of the ring, just like, oh
I
god.
I gotta get a breath. Like this man is on steroids, admittedly. I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's on steroids, and yet he still can't. He has the gas tank of like. He makes Francis Ngannou look like a fucking cardio machine out here. So yeah, a regular guy on steroids is in far worse shape than a fighter who's not on steroids. Just remember that. These guys have been fighting for 20 minutes now. 20 minutes of this, and basically it feels like they haven't gotten out of first gear.
Just got back from the crash service table where I am opening a lime Waterloo.
Oh, you know, those are pretty great, I think.
I don't like any type of lime fizz, and I love these.
Yeah. That's crazy. You don't like any kind of lime fizz. This is like the lime is the baseline of
No, I disagree. I don't like lime or lemon fizz usually.
Lemon
Especially LaCroix. No, but I love the lemon Waterloo.
I haven't had it, but yeah, I just don't.
Ooh, big slam. We saw a main event between two of the best in the entire league last night go a total of 15 minutes. And the best
No, it went 18 minutes. Yeah.
Still, all right, still.
These guys in their first fall have gone longer, and they've done far less. I mean, I don't think that Brick has done more than like 3 or 4 different moves. He's very limited.
Yasanafil's like, what am I doing out here?
This is my uncle? And Yasanafil's one of those guys that does like 4,000 moves. There's no way to know what he's going to do next. And you know that Brick is going to go for a headlock or like the standing arm triangle.
Oh, God. He's already... Oh, and Rastaban is confusing sledding. It might be over right here. Miller's busted open.
Got busted open from those punches.
Yeah, this is wild.
Stretched. He's being stretched. This is wow. The Sons of Anger. They know. What
How long are you going to be distracted for, sledding? Come on. Brick Roberts. But you know, how can you get mad of it? Brick Roberts is talking about before he came out here. He's just talking about how much steroids he's on. There's nothing we can do about it. It's not like it's not legal or illegal. It's anything goes within like a very small frame of rules here.
You know, I feel like Sledding was talking to him about how they both have really smooth faces right now, and this is new for Sledding. He's never had a smooth face before. He's always had facial hair since he was like a child, basically. And Rastaban, he never has facial hair. He always shaves.
Miller just working at that shoulder. My God, will somebody win here? This is turning out to be like an incredible war in a lot of ways. How is this a submission? I hope Brick taps out to this weird spin thing. What the hell?
I hope somebody wins the first fall.
This went from like shitty 15 minutes in to now I'm kind of into this fight. It's gotten to the point where this is actually pretty incredible.
Rick is really trying to stretch him out here. He's really like, I don't think he has
to the back again.
I don't think he has any impactful moves. I think he just tries to stretch people like an uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here we go again.
Wow.
Miller giving the spins.
You know, Brick might throw up at some point. He's not really acclimated to somebody doing that to him.
Who is?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's already blood starting to get on the mat because of Miller here.
God, these men are so saucy. He just stood up, got slapped by Brick Roberts. I think this is when you really look to the steroids to. They're not even doing moves. Brick is just running into him now. It's just like, that's what I can do. Look at her. There it is, the standing arm triangle. We've seen that a few times tonight. There it is, the first fall. No.
Wow.
Oh, he had the ropes. No. Oh my God. Oh my God, and then Brick taps.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know if he was touching the ropes there. I think sledding fucked up.
Rastaban still celebrated. 27-21. Jesus Christ on the cross.
I feel like a lot of that, 77%. 27 minutes. Well,
we have to keep going. We have to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is you know,
this is a thing now.
I feel like sledding was really invested in that match last night. He was like, "Wow, I really love that we did 2 out of 3 falls." That he just wants everything to be 2 out of 3 falls,
right?
And it might not be the best. Like this match did not deserve that. But then again, who are we to say that? Oh, looks like Brick's arm's hurting him. He's kind of dragging it around a little bit.
Absolutely.
You know?
Brick's been tapped to that arm. Oh. But, I mean, it's not like Miller just desperation single leg takedown there. I mean, it's not like Miller's in good shape. I feel like Brick could land one good shot and end it.
I don't know if Brick has one good shot in him. I think he just keeps trying to stretch and be an uncle. You know, he just...
Oh, big double fist. My God. His moveset is very uncle-like, which makes me think that he might be Sonnefield's uncle. And the Sonnefeld probably has better things to do right now than be out here for a half hour.
Then spend half an hour watching his uncle, like,
because
get
man
his arm
who claims
all
to be his
mangled
uncle.
Up. He seems to be. He survived that arm bar submission there, but I mean, he's really dragging that arm down now. Like he can't. I mean, first of all, he's gasping for air constantly. Second of all, that arm is just like limp for him now.
Right. I think that this really is one of those things. Oh God, he's still yanking at that arm. This is one of those things that you show people and they're saying that steroids are unfair. Because I mean, maybe if Brick worked out and was on steroids, that'd be a different.
You know
thing.
what? You know what? This has been a 30-minute workout here for him. You know, he's gotten more aerobic activity in a day than he's ever gotten in his life. But, you know, he's rolling around holding his arm, so I don't think he's doing so well.
He can't even lift up Miller. Every time he goes for it, Miller seems to reverse. I think it's a matter of time here.
Yeah, I mean, his arm is so hurt. Can he even apply one of his patented submissions that would, try to suck the life out of him? You know, you can't. If you're trying to hug somebody, how can you hug them if you can't? Your arms.
Both of his arms. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
He got a lariat, but how much power was in that?
There's that knee that's huge though. My God. Pin him, Brick.
Do something, Brick.
Oh no.
Keeps picking him up.
Oh.
His arms are so. They're limp noodles. He should just be swinging them wildly around.
Miller seems exhausted.
I mean, they're both exhausted. This is. You gotta take advantage of this.
Weird scream. He's trying so hard he can't help but scream.
For Miller, this is like a good, like, if he wants to know where he's at, he's like, you had this giant, long odyssey of a match with this out of shape guy. Like, like you're not probably going to be a contender anytime soon.
Either that or this has made him a star. I don't know.
Maybe both of these guys are stars. I don't know.
Brick grabs a chair. Is this illegal? Yeah, it is. What the hell? Oh, oh my God! A standing arm triangle on the chair. On the chair. Oh, Baptiste again. Unbelievable.
You know what?
He's singing 311 to Sledding Bianca, the ref. Oh my God! This is 3 right there. Dib it over there, down.
Yeah, that was a 3 count if I've ever seen one.
Absolutely incredible.
That would have evened this out, and instead we have 2 men just gassed at, like beyond their means.
I think Brick Roberts has a separated shoulder. Baptiste is really into seeing this stretch here. He's like, come on, don't give up. I mean, Miller, that's the second time that Miller's benefited from
yeah, you gotta wonder.
interference.
Look at, I mean, Rastaban, like, afterwards, he's like hiding, like he doesn't want anybody to see him, but we all saw him. Like, you can't hide from the cameras out here, you know? We saw what he did. We'll remember that.
Come on, Brick.
This is incredible. We're like touching upon almost 40 minutes in the ring for these guys.
Like this is supposed to be a short little card. Are you kidding me? This is starting to get a little out of control here.
Oh my God, Rastaban needs to get the hell out of Dodge. His man was down for the 3 count for a second time. This is shameful.
Oh. I mean, for as weird as it is for me to, like, Brick is a weird guy. He talks about doing steroids and being people's uncles. You know, I feel for him here, though. Yeah, he's
I like that his nephew
shoulder.
His nephew's doing nothing for him.
Well, it's his alleged nephew. No one knows.
Yeah. Well, he's only out here because he thought he had a match.
Right.
He found out he doesn't.
So it's like this weird serendipitous like thing that, it looks like Brick is powering up. And it warms Brick's heart, even though it's by accident. So, I mean, maybe it sounded like, maybe even if you aren't my uncle, we can make you my uncle. Wow, it's going to a 3rd match. Are you kidding me?
Jesus Christ.
We're going to start this with an hour of Brick Roberts versus Matt Miller.
11 minutes of that second fall.
78%. It's not getting better. Why? At this point, like, Brick Roberts, like, Matt Miller's cut at least didn't open up, but Brick Roberts' arm is screwed.
Yeah, they applied some Vaseline in between rounds.
Oh my God, Brick is really hurt. He's rolling around on the ground. No, none of these men were prepared for this. It's over. The first 30 seconds, Brick is hurt and Matt is hurt. Both of these men are like having heart attacks right now. They're rolling around on the ground.
Oh my God! It's incredible. That was one of the craziest matches I can even fathom.
Yeah, I've never. 53%. Everyone agrees that it's totally mediocre. It wasn't worth watching, and then somehow. All right, later on tonight in the co-main event.
Running.
Walsh, talk us through this. We got a hardcore chain link fence match between Front Reed and Sarastriani Brown.
You know, Mr. Bianchi, as we know, is doing renovations at his house, and he's putting up a nice like wooden fence now. So he has no need for his old jail-looking chain link fence. So he invited the boys, for some reason, Zoroastriani Brown and Front Reed, 2 guys not affiliated with Belly Ribbon in any way, to come down and help him out. And then the fixers came and took the remnants of the fence and, kind of like playing with big boy Legos, made a giant cage. So they decided that I think that's why this whole event is happening tonight, is that Bike, like sledding was so proud of them making a big cage, just a big square that they had to use it. Really questionable, but they're going to go out there. These 2 guys are going to fight after working hard labor for no reason today. I think Bike told them that it was their duty or something like that. I'm not necessarily sure. None of this will ever make sense. But yet here we are.
Fight!
And I'm personally in shock that Mr. Bianchi, he's so much in control of this show. He, for some reason, pushed Mike Miller and Brick Roberts into a 2 out of 3 falls match that went, nearly 40 minutes long. I mean, we're not going to get that out of Freddie Fisher and October Schmidt, 2 men in singlets.
I want to know why we didn't see any entrances for these 2 men.
Production staff was really invested in looking at the chain link fence photograph for too long. So we joined in action, which, that's fine with me.
No.
I don't need to see little October Schmidt running down the ramp.
We haven't seen October Schmidt in action in quite a while. He's had a lot of work. He's an in-demand substitute teacher. He's a substitute gym teacher. You can see his whistle right now.
Yeah, he's always got his trusty whistle.
Yeah.
I don't know what he uses it for in wrestling. Maybe like if somebody's gonna...
He's got some kids under his care right now. That's who part of the crowd. And
I mean, it's pretty late here.
It is.
Iowa.
It's 1 a.m. in Iowa. So Freddie Fisher is a weird story, doesn't he? He's in the older man in the gray.
Yeah, Freddie Fisher is a substitute history teacher. He was subbing a homeroom class one day, and he lived in North Dakota. He worked in the Fargo school district, and he sometimes says things that he doesn't really understand, or he's not really big on phrasing. He says things that might sound sexual or strange. And he's a guy who homebrews out of his garage. He makes his own sausages. He packs them right there out in the garage. It's usually pretty cool out there, unless he puts on the space heater. So it's like a good meat locker, basically. And so he brought one of his patented homemade sausages with him to school one day. And he was sitting there gnawing on it, and he looked at a rather attractive girl in the front row of the homeroom he was substituting in. And he said, "How about take my sausage?"
Terrible.
And, that was it for him at the Fargo School District.
So he's a substitute teacher as well.
Oh yeah. He's a
so
history teacher.
These are two substitute teachers doing their best at 2 a.m. on Monday morning. There's a good chance that October Schmidt has to teach gym class tomorrow for any number of schools that may have an ill gym teacher.
Freddie's working in Iowa. He thinks that he's a member of the Belly Ribbon Fight Camp now. So he works here in Iowa. His wife kicked him out of the house long ago because he keeps getting into these strange situations because he doesn't know how to phrase whatever he wants to communicate. So here he is, and he's been subbing because the school district here isn't really all that concerned with somebody who just has bad phrasing. Although it is 2018, and I assume he'll get in trouble again.
Men like him are paying right now.
Yeah,
which is a good thing.
Time's up, Freddie Fisher. Time's up.
My God.
Yeah. And when he hears that, he thinks that his beer is done brewing.
October Schmidt does not drink. Well, you know what? He probably drinks what he considers to be craft beer. But like a Bud Light, Michelob Ultra? No, to him, craft beer is like Lagunitas.
I don't know what that is. But I know he would probably like a Michelob Ultra because it says Ultra, so that means it's better than normal.
Flying diving fist right to the butt.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to get hit in the ass, that's for sure. Big, weird stretch by Freddie. I don't think he understands that it looks like he's dry humping. He's just not a man who thinks things through.
Well, I think all grappling, but he's that's an immature way to think about it, in my opinion.
Well, right? This is a man who got in trouble for sexual harassment at his school district. He should think of these things. Like if he ever wants to get his wife back, his job back, he's gonna have to cut the shit. He's gonna have to figure out what he can do and can't do in the year of the Lord 2018.
October Schmidt just getting dragged through the ring.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
Oh my God! Freddie Fisher just throws him up in the air and then flicks him off. That's the power of a man who drinks all of his calories.
He drinks and then he has blood sausage. That's all he does. He just eats.
October Schmidt is in so much better shape, though. And then until he misses the flying fist.
Well, you know what the thing is with Freddy is that Freddy is all about the red meat. He's all about the beer. This man has uncontrollably
flying,
exploding
press. So over. Oh, October Schmidt. These men. October Schmidt doesn't want to. He doesn't want to say no either. You know, he may have to teach a class tomorrow. Probably some second graders doing some dodgeball. But
he loves dodgeball though.
That doesn't mean he's going to even give anything less than 100% tonight, 2 a.m. at Monday morning.
Yeah, you know he's an honorable guy. He's never really gotten section. He's kids love him. There's nobody #MeTooing him. He's you know, in this league you have to take the little things for what they're worth. I almost wish that this was 2 out of 3 falls as well.
Why?
I don't know.
I disagree. I completely
I see what
disagree.
these guys are made of. I want to see everything they're made of.
I totally disagree.
You know, but they better look out. They're both wearing blue singlets, and we both know that bike sometimes pairs people up. By
It's true.
choice.
These guys might be. This is the closest thing that I've ever seen to a must-have team now. Put a pair of knee pads on October Schmidt, and you got like these guys are ready to partner.
Yeah, he might need to darken up his tights a little bit, but they could. But you never, you know, maybe light blue and
it's
dark
fine.
blue.
Yeah.
That's a bike would still see it and be like, oh, blue on blue.
Yeah, they're both wearing singlets. That's why Mike Miller and Let Lou might be a team, you know.
Oh god. Because you know, here in SCFL, we're all about teamwork. So these men beat each other up, and then they're gonna maybe be a team. Who knows?
Most friendships are forged in fire here.
Yeah.
And 2.9 again.
Wow. Really getting down to the wire here for Freddy, but he's.
Why is it that we're having this impromptu card? It's late at night, and these guys just can't finish each other. Last night, the last 2 shows, like everyone, like high caliber people were knocking each other out, and then now we're seeing these long ass matches from some of the lower rung people in our league. What's with that?
You know, they're really. These guys usually don't get this.
Oh, wow, now October Schmidt's busted open.
I mean, think of it. How often do you get to see Freddie Fisher or October Schmidt in a singles match?
So they're going for that brass ring. You know, they're really
they're pulling out all the stops.
Right.
They're getting they know that this isn't the most heavily viewed, but you know, show. They know that there's no Bike Bianche, there's no Ichabod. People aren't. There's going to be no controversy. That they still think that they can make a go of it here and maybe get a better spot on the bigger cards.
Oh, 3, there it is. Man, October Schmidt, he's all busted up now, and he's gonna go to teach 2nd grade dodgeball tomorrow morning. And they're gonna be like, "What is up with your face?" Freddie Fisher has craft beer to go home to. Terrible. All right, 99%. I didn't think it was that good.
Well, you're just not as plugged in as our official match rater is.
Hey, so talk about the main event tonight, Walsh.
Yeah.
Wim versus computer. What are we gonna be seeing here? I think maybe we've lost Walsh. So the next fight. So tonight in the main event, 2 of the former kickboxing champions are going to be fighting, and it's close to a #1 contendership fight. I would say it's gonna get them near a title fight. They probably need to win this one and one more in order to make that happen. But next up, we've got more Sons of Anger. After Baptiste distracted Matt Miller's way to a big win out of best 2 out of 3 falls match. So Walsh is messaging me right now. He had to run out of the room, and he's tearing the wires out of the ring there.
Fight!
Hello.
Yeah, wow.
Wow, we're back. Excellent.
We are indeed back. That is, there's lightning storms going on here in Iowa, and we're getting some power fluctuations.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. This is the team of Karate Hendrix and Baby Hayes against Miles Manhoof, who's in the ring right now, and Jock's Gene Jock. You know, Karate and Baby are 2 of the older fighters, as in, you know, Baby is the co-founder of this whole thing. He's kind of slipped off into the abyss in the past 8 months or so, but he's still here. And Karate is one of the multi-time kickboxing champion, one of the best. We had crowned him the SWA Rules champion, but that title has been discontinued, I guess you could say. So he's kind of without a tether right now. So he's there with an old friend, and here they are.
That's true. Karate Hendrix in the yellow pants does become the first person to be stripped because of lack of interest in a division. And that's sad, because this man's a multi-time kickboxing champion. He's got what it takes to make it pretty far. And Jacques and Manhoof are a good tag team. They've got some wins.
We haven't seen much of them of late, and I think that's a crying shame, because they're they're a fascinating tag team. Miles likes to do like 45 knee drops in a row, and it's something about it. It's just kind of fun to watch. And Jacques, he's a little bit older. He's gotten hurt a bunch of times, and I guess that's probably why we don't see them as much. But you know, still, we want to see them.
Ugh, big, tough DDT. What's interesting is that we're getting into these situations where great individual fighters are joining tag teams out of necessity, but they're all kind of hodgepodge, you know. Jacques Jean-Jacques and Manhoof, they've been fighting together for a long time. They fight together, they train together. Karate and Baby fight together, but they've never teamed together before. They're both great fighters, but how do you synergize, you know? Karate just muscling him down. And who knows what's happening right now, but Discord is freaking out. So this late night show is just going to hell. Hello?
Hello.
Can you tell me if this is working on stream?
Is there anybody there?
I am here.
Hello. Hello.
Here's the thing, Walsh. I don't know if you can hear me, but you'll hear me through the stream. Because I don't have a video camera. I don't have a... Oh, boy. We're doing this through G-Chat on the fly.
You know you can change your settings, right?
I'm trying, baby.
There's a little cog icon in the top right. On the top, and you can change your microphone. Sounds terrible, actually. So.
It does sound terrible.
Sounds horrific. Horrific.
It's not giving me a choice to choose a microphone. Yay! You know, for all I know, we could be seeing a beautiful, beautiful fight right now. I'm not paying attention. We're furiously trying to hook up some wires underneath the soundboard right now. Oh, God, pile driver. Oh, there's a win. I don't even know who won. Oh, God. Who won? No one's celebrating. And I had a pop-up block. My God. 94%. See, the man hoof? That's what we see here. The more experienced team wins. Still coming tonight, the chain link fence fight. Can we hear each other, Walsh?
How about this?
Oh, I can hear you.
There we go.
Check if you can hear us on the stream, though. Because we got Knight's Bane Cult coming up, baby.
Yeah. It does. It works. It works. It's good. It's good. My God.
We missed the 94% match. Like, I'm gonna go back and look and be like, wow, I missed a really great match.
And guess what's back to working now?
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So Discord is working. Sorry that you guys missed out. We had quite a few people watching. That's a shame.
The match spoke for itself, I feel.
Right. We could probably only make it worse. So here we are in the .tv match. This is only 15 minute time limit.
I like that we just hemorrhaged viewers when we started talking.
Yep.
What a great world this is.
Yep.
I mean, these matches have been going pretty long. These guys are really trying to make an impression here tonight. They're getting an opportunity that they might not get on a main show. And
what I don't understand is we're not seeing many entrances tonight, and I don't know why, because they're on in the settings.
I don't know. Perhaps they were turned off in the main menu. So this match was originally scheduled for the upcoming weekend, but we had to, this is what happens when Bike just randomly makes us show up. We have big matches, and
yeah,
this
is a good fight. This is a good fight.
I question if Weatherwalker's going to win the title here.
So the rules here, it's a .tv title fight, which means the .tv championship is defended every show. So Colt had to do this, but it's a 15-minute time limit.
Right.
But if anyone can finish Colt within 15 minutes, it's Weatherwalker. Look at this strength.
Weatherwalker has ended careers. He's ended many, he's practically ended some careers. Others he has absolutely 100% ended. So he's a scary man.
He's ended lives in the ring, actually, in the kickboxing ring.
Has he?
I think he had. Didn't he kill a man?
Computer Collins killed a man.
Terrible. Weatherwalker
our
definitely retired a man. 2 men, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, our main event definitely features a man who's killed another man.
In the ring, like he didn't
in the ring
time for it, right? It was
yeah. This isn't. We're not talking
degree of manslaughter, maybe. I have no idea.
There was contracts signed. There were waivers. It was just considered a hazardous, like an accident kind of thing. But instead, we have Knights Bane Cult in the black trunks against Weatherwalker. Knights Bane Cult.
Oh my God.
Is the .tv champion, currently getting elbows ground into his face. He's a guy who's seen some success as a professional kickboxer, as a wrestler. He is a part of the Steel Drum Band. He's perhaps the best compensated of all these people because he's a part of a band that does covers of Muppet era Beach Boys, and they do like dark wave covers. They're like really, it's kind of it sounds like Joy Division basically, just that they're doing Beach Boys songs from the Kokomo era. And for some reason the parrot heads, the people who are really into like Jimmy Buffett, they buy this shit, they lap it up, and Cult, of course. He's all about black metal, so he doesn't feel good about it, but he's still getting paid, so that's why he's still involved with all this nonsense. He's contractually obligated to be in the Steel Drum Band, sadly.
Weatherwalker is constantly showing how much he can just outmuscle everybody in the league.
Yeah, he is a brutal fighter. His suplexes are legendary.
He's part of the belly ribbon fight camp, as you can see, little ribbon on his belly. But he's not really, it doesn't seem like he's proud of it. He's just kind of there.
Yeah, it was a business decision, I think. He saw that he could go there and that they were doing well. They don't really communicate all that well because he's not really a talker. You know, he's not a guy that goes out there and jibber jabbers. He's not.
Oh my God! A huge. That's how you got to throw Weather Walker off the top rope.
Wow.
Colt is. He knows his signs.
He does. You know, Weather Walker is. He keeps to himself, and that giant overhead German suplex he did. That's the kind of thing that hurts people.
Big slams here. There's just over 5 minutes. And a big knee by Weather Walker, but he needs to really start picking up the pace here if he's going to finish this guy. Wow,
yeah, it's really
reversal is reversed. Incredible.
These
I had
guys.
a feeling this is going to be a good match.
These guys are tough.
Colt up top, big elbow.
You know, Colt is one of the toughest guys that we have. He doesn't necessarily get the due that he gets, but he's also he's not super invested. The whole steel drum band thing really took the wind out of his sails.
So did that splash. 2.9, 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go, but how much of a gas tank does Weather Walker have? That's the
I don't
question.
know. You know, he's not a guy known for his longevity in fights. You know, Colt throwing him out of the ring was a very smart, calculated move.
Both
he
got
just
there
needs to
really
kill time.
bad. Yep.
He needs to kill time here, and Weather Walker, he's so gassed that he needed to catch his breath.
Weather Walker's calling for the big choke. Oh, but he gets slammed.
Wow.
Both of these men are talking shit now. Wow, Weather Walker's going up top. Oh.
Wow.
2.5 minutes.
That diving headbutt.
Oh my
you know,
God! A huge suplex. What the hell is Weather Walker doing? Whoa! Slams him.
God.
Oh my God! Pin
Oh my
him.
God.
Colt gets up. Colt actually gets up.
This is the stuff that legends are made of.
Huge.
And now they're.
Oh my God.
Weather Walker has to. He's the time is not on his side.
Oh, gets stomped. Oh my God. The knee drove right in his face.
Colt is a very dangerous fighter.
A minute to go.
You got to finish it here, Weather Walker. You got to finish
Weather
it.
Walker, finish it. They're both gassed. He's just worried about survival.
I mean, Colt is basically stalling here. I mean, you don't rake somebody's eyes
Pin him.
with 30 seconds left if you're trying to go for a win.
Weather Walker got confused and he blew it. Colt. Oh my God. Colt wins again.
Colt retains the title because he knows how to stall.
Props to him. He's rubbing Weather Walker's head like, are you fever? Do you have a fever? I don't know why he's doing this. Weather Walker's just taking it. Weather Walker's gassed.
He's so dejected. He's just, yeah, maybe I do have a fever.
Absolutely terrible. What do we got next here, Walsh?
You know, next up we have Team Democratic Socialists of America, Aladdin Bell, and America Wright in his second costume against Blowhole Bernard and Justice Turner, two strong bros who are really, you know, they work really well as a team. And we haven't seen Aladdin and America compete as a team prior. We know what they're all about, kind of. I mean,
this is just another one of those times where it's 2 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning. We're just gonna kind of fuck around with these teams, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Aladdin and America, they saw the writing on the wall that Mike Bianchi likes to throw random teams together. These guys both share similar socialist views. They're part of the same national organization. They both like to do arm work, so I guess they decided to give it a shot before they were put with random people they might not like as much. You know, there is perhaps a little bit of fear going on in this league that Bike Bianchi his dad is gonna make some sort of strange mistake, and you're gonna be stuck with it, and you might end up as a Philly Davis kind of team where these gentlemen are placed together and they don't like each other very well, and they don't operate as a team together, but people like them. They're selling merchandise, and they keep having to do it. It's pretty strange.
I have ring entrance skip off, so I don't know why this is doing this. Yeah, who really knows? We're just going right into the fights. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It was doing it earlier in the night.
Yeah. I mean, you know these guys are serious about teaming when they have matching gear.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good.
America Wright, known for his American flag trunks usually, and a lot more muted tone of DSA branded trunks. You know, America Wright has been an interesting case of he came to America from Africa. He had this big dream that he was going to come to America. Everything was going to be great. You know, things started off pretty well for him. He came here to fight. He won the boxing title almost immediately. He fought Discussion Davis in a series of fights that he came dangerously close to beating him, the greatest of all time, but it didn't happen. And then from there, things just didn't go his way. He struggled. He finds himself scraping to get by. You know, he thought this was the land of opportunity, and he finds himself in politically turbulent times. And you know, the DSA spoke to him. I think the ideals made sense to him. Bernie Sanders made sense to him, and here he is, another immigrant looking for a better future. Didn't find it, and he's trying something new. And of course, Aladdin, we know his story. His father, Federal Bell, one half of the tag team champions, former drill instructor, was involved in Operation Desert Storm. That's where he met Aladdin's mother and impregnated her. You know, though sometimes these things happen during operations. And
meanwhile, Justice Turner, who was a former roadie for who is he again?
For Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
He's a big Bon Jovi guy.
He's really working Aladdin over.
You know, I mean, that's what he does. He's a big, brutish guy.
Is Bon
High
Jovi
impact.
a socialist?
No.
He almost bought the Buffalo Bills.
You know, I mean, he talks about how much he was friends with, he calls him John Bon, but you know, he was a big Richie Sambora guy. He was his guitar tech for a while. He restrung his guitars every night. He really wants the boys to get back together, to be friends again. But you know, he's not sure he'd be able to make the tour. He's getting old. He's like 45 years old now. You know, and that's why he's here fighting instead, because he's out there with, you know, against these two youthful democratic socialists, teaming up with his bro Blowhole over here.
It seems like I feel like Blowhole and Justice, this is a little bit above them. Like, do they need or are they gatekeepers? They're gatekeepers.
I feel like they're sort of gatekeepers at this point. I mean, this is also a good way for them to be in action. You know, this is a hot, you know, new team that's trying to stake its claim in the division right now, and they're going to try to hold them down and show that they're still where it's at.
And like Manhood and Chalk Sean Chalk that we just saw, the more experienced team, that's who I think is going to win. I think Justice Turner and Blowhole are going to win this eventually because they've just worked together
Right.
a bit before.
And it's interesting because these two teams are stylistically, they're good pairs. You know, both Blowhole and Justice are big, powerful guys.
Yeah, we're seeing that standing arm triangle quite a bit tonight.
Yeah,
I think
big
Justice
right
and
hands.
Brick are gonna have to fight.
Brick would probably love that.
Brick loves John Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Brick would need like a 60-minute time limit match though. He's really all about the long matches where he can just grind down people, which I'm not sure that's what we need.
Like
he's a grinder.
And then a minute of a rest, and then maybe 2 minutes in camel clutch.
He's basically Paulo Filho against Chael Sonnen. Like, can we just rest?
Let's go to
Justice looks like his arm's starting to hurt him.
10 minutes gone.
Is that a new thing?
What?
These men showing their pain?
No. It's just usually nobody has time to work over anybody in SCFL. The action's so
I
fast.
feel like something happened to the game. I've done nothing. Criticals are where they're normally at. And what we're seeing is these grindy matches that are kind of epic.
You know, we're not. Sometimes when you're not just busting out the big names, these little guys, they know what's up.
They're willing to give it their all.
Yeah.
Because a win here is a spot on the show next week. That's what they know. Oh God. Global spikes him.
Wow, that move, Jesus.
Aladdin just kicks him off and then goes right for the armbar.
Yeah, these guys are. That's what I mean. Aladdin and America, very oriented on trying to break somebody's arm.
Interesting.
And that they're going up against two guys who like to throw strong lariats. We just saw that.
Aladdin constantly coming in.
Well, you know what? He's trying to maybe a tag worker. Oh, that big Workers Unite double arm bar that he had on him there.
Oh my God!
Feared.
America in Blowhole, just going at it like Fry and Takayama.
Jesus.
My God, imagine that! Like to answer that knockout by going up to the top rope. This is why these men do need to have to take a lot of time off, though. They're all concussed.
Yeah.
Oh, just muscles him down.
You know, it's smart to see that these guys tagging as much as they are.
Wow.
This is exactly the kind of teamwork we'd want to see from like a Philly Davis type team. And it's not what we're seeing at all, which is really kind of sad. These men are standing in puddles of Mike Miller's blood, like old, caked on blood. Like, this is terrible.
God, Aladdin falls hard on his neck outside. Captain Wright's freaking out. Goes in, attacks. Pops right out, respectfully. Huh. Aladdin seems recovered. Huge sidekick.
Wow. He's really, they're working the arms over on these guys. These are big, burly guys that rely on their arms to, lariats and slams and stuff. And
yeah, I mean, you're seeing Aladdin taking these huge throws to the outside, big lariat there, big power bomb. How much can he handle?
Yeah, I feel like Blowhole's arms are hurting him too. This is
over from kickboxing though. I don't feel like Aladdin's done much at all, right?
No, he really hasn't. He's been in a couple of opening scrambles, and that's basically it. Everybody's tired here.
Uh-oh. Really trying for the submission there. Captain Wright, or America Wright's totally willing to get into these brawls.
He really is. Oh my God.
This might be it. This might be it.
Whoa.
Oh, 2.9.
That senton bomb is deadly, man. It's he's willing to just put his body on the line, just toss himself. You gotta respect Justice Turner saving Blowhole from something that Aladdin was planning in the corner. You know, but both these men look like their arms are bothering them.
Yeah, look at this. Oh, man, he's just letting that happen. Just letting your partner get armbarred there.
Yeah. See his arm kind of hanging down. He doesn't look happy. I think they're hurt, you know? This is... Justice Turner is just sitting there. He's hearing like he's hearing the wind chimes from Dead or Alive playing in his head, and he's just like, can't tap out, because I'm wanted. He's hearing the haunting guitar melodies of Richie Sambora.
20 minutes gone.
Aladdin just looking for whatever he can, grabbing a limb basically, grabbing his legs and grabbing his arms. But you know, he's taking a lot of damage from these guys. The double power bombs are going to add up eventually. I mean, he's going down to like a chop to the chest. Man,
God, I can't believe that Kimura.
that is crazy looking.
The socialists are really just tearing these guys' shoulders apart.
They really are. They're just literally trying to tear them apart limb by limb.
22 minutes into this fight.
You know, I guess this is kind of one of the tenets of socialism. They're working together for a cause, you know? They're working together to hurt these men's arms.
Right.
And it
Look at
makes
his
sense.
arm just dangle. That left arm is totally injured.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, like, you know, you have Justice who finishes with a jackhammer, and you have Blowhole who finishes with that big brain buster. They both use pretty big lariats. And you go for those arms, and you know you're taking away part of their.
Oh, they're working out their shoulders together. So, are any of these guys booked anytime soon?
I believe that the
It's
DSA
over.
team
Oh, 2.9, my God.
is coming up in the weekend.
Oh, so they're gonna have to recover.
Yeah.
It looks like Blowhole and Justice may have missed some time. So
Wow. Double
shoulders are
insecurity.
torn.
Yeah, they don't look happy. This is big collision between these guys. This is the kind of action that happens, you know, late in a match. Oh man, Manji got the May.
Oh, stomps him.
I mean, how much more damage can these guys take?
Socials
Wow.
lose even for injuring. Wow. And now we're going to see if they're going to pay that price because they got to fight again soon. This is the cost of making a name for yourself.
Absolutely.
Let's see what rating this gets. 100%. Wow.
That was a good match.
It was a good match. All right. So
I mean, I feel like Aladdin and America had that one until that very last lariat hit. And, you know, it hurt him to do that. He might not be in action for a while because of that. But that's what happens.
do you think that maybe that team deserves to fight the hardcore champions until Robert and both Ferrari?
You know, I think that it would make sense.
So we were talking about this earlier. Talk us through this main event. This is two former champions. I was telling the people when we were disconnected because of Discord that I think that these guys, the winner here, doesn't get a title shot, but it's close.
I feel like both of these guys have been grossly overlooked on the main cards that we've been having, and I feel like a lot of that has to do with just, you know, you think of the big personalities involved here, the Bianches, the Ichabods of the world, the alt-right guys, you know, the Supremes, the Sons of Anger. These are the people that make, you know, the big splash for themselves. But then you have Wim and Computer Collins. These guys are some of the most deadly fighters we have, and we haven't seen much from them. I feel like both guys are completely worthy of a title shot coming up. But they'd have to obviously wait their turn. I think that them main eventing this match, this show tonight is, it's one of those things that makes a lot of sense to me. I think that I think either one of these guys getting a win, or even putting on a good performance, gets them noticed in the pantheon of the whole bigger picture here, and I think that's important for these guys.
Here we have Fragrant Tanaka versus who?
Fragrant Tanaka's going against Raul Hernandez. We saw him in action last night, actually. Former S1 champion.
Former S1 champion Raul Hernandez.
Kicked out of his Cuban, his home of Cuba.
Has been interesting here. Raul Hernandez is out of his breezy light cloth that he was wearing.
It's stained. It's stained with blood.
Yep. But Spencer Morgan is also ringside with Raul Hernandez in a little bit of an awkward situation. Rastaban Baptiste is there too, because Baptiste is kind of the de facto leader. Maybe Jessica would have to give us a report on that.
He's the spiritual leader of the Sons of Anger, and the Sons of Anger are sort of just a collective. They're not
his Spotify account.
Yeah, he's the guy that makes all the 311 mixes for all these guys.
So so what does that bother Rastaban right now that Spencer Morgan is also? Notice how Spencer Morgan isn't in his suit, by the way. He's seemingly in his.
It's a bloody mess. Bloody mess. I mean, both these guys were pretty. I mean, Raul was a bloody mess last night. His suit, his breezy suit, is just stained with blood. He couldn't wear it tonight. It's at the dry cleaners. And of course, the dry cleaner is really upset because of all the weather. Who knows what's going on.
Rastaban. Yeah, Fragrant Tanaka is the pink-haired guy.
Yeah.
Former hardcore contender. A hell of a kickboxing champion. Basically, what we're seeing here is a kickboxing fight.
Yeah.
These guys have kickboxed so many times before, and with Raul being a former champion, why should it go to the ground?
Yeah, I mean, this is, Fragrant Tanaka has a very colorful past. It's not just his hair. He was formerly a member of, he claims to have been a part of the Yakuza. I'm not sure what clan he belonged to or what family, but, he doesn't like to talk about his past. He was supposed to participate in Akira Maeda's Yakuza-based fight league, The Outsider, a couple of years ago, but that didn't come to fruition. He couldn't get his medicals through. So here he is. He's in America, and his biggest qualm is that there's a lot of people here who like to take advantage of what he considers his heritage, the Japanese culture, and try to appropriate it for themselves, and that really bothers him. He doesn't have a problem with Raul here, Cuban, but some of the people he definitely Wigwam Watanabe.
Up top. Oh my God! Flips over.
Wow.
And this is going in his direction.
It is.
He's starting to push the momentum in his favor.
Raul is one of those guys that we've seen him beat people up. Beat them up bad. And he has a very powerful head kick, and we've seen him knock people out cold with it.
Oh, flying knee.
And
I find it very odd. Baptiste has been interjecting himself quite a bit throughout the night on behalf of the Sons of Anger. Is Spencer Morgan going to do this too? Is Fragrant Tanaka screwed here? Is this a guaranteed win for Raul? And what does that mean? Why do people like Raul so much?
I don't know. Raul is on a bit of a roll here. I feel like if he gets a win here tonight and he wants to contend for the .TV title, I think it would make a lot of sense. I mean, he knocked out Bradford Culpepper, put him up on a tree of woe, and then kicked him in the knee so hard that he passed out.
Critical last night. He had a flying knee knockout. Oh, there it was. Oh man.
Wow.
8 minutes in. This is a ton of damage. Fragrant can win though.
Oh yeah, he's putting the boots to him here.
Big misses that knee. Wow.
You can go to that well one too many times, I think, and that might be what he's doing here. He's relying on that to get the big knockout, and sometimes you have to work over your opponent, wear them down, and then get the win, not just go for the flashy knockout.
Ugh. These knees are coming from everywhere. Look at that, he's jumping on him with knees.
Jesus.
Tanaka, he attacks the knee.
That makes sense. I mean, that's what I would do.
That's a real break. I'm surprised that Rostavan in the yellow pants there hasn't done anything slimy.
He might be tired from earlier tonight. He was out there. He was making quite a fool of himself. And maybe also he's trying to put on a good face for Spencer Morgan. Maybe he's trying to recruit Spencer Morgan to the Sons of Anger. I don't know. I don't know if there's any inherent benefits to joining this collective other than listening to 311. Maybe somebody's going to start up a group based around listening to Dave Matthews here. I don't know.
I feel like this is going to end by knockout.
I think Raul's definitely looking for the knockout, but that also there's some danger in that too. You're not looking to wear your opponent down. You're not looking for like a clean finish. You're just looking to do damage, and I don't know.
Raul just taunting this man, catching their breath.
Wow, we saw him doing the jerk-off motion in the ring. That's what got him. That's what got him deported from Cuba.
These people are horrible. These are just horrible people.
These are not good wholesome men that we have in this league. These people are sad. Like they're deportees. There he is jerking off. The graphic we showed.
Terrible. All these rope breaks are saving their lives.
Really are. I mean, Fragrant looking for that big moonsault, and he's hit it, but the ropes are just there to save Raul.
I'm saying Raul knocks out Fragrant within the next minute and a half.
Wow.
By minute 16. Fragrant will be unconscious in the ring.
That is a bold proclamation.
Raul's getting beat up right now, but I see it coming. Oh, just kicks him in the ribs.
I think Fragrant can still pull it off.
Boom, big knee. Come on. Do it, Raul.
Like a lot of the Sons of Anger, he doesn't know to look for the pinfall when it's right there for him.
His knees again to the head. How is Fragrant even alive right now? There we go.
Jeez.
He's making the jerk off motion. What a dick.
Yeah.
Fragrant Tanaka's not handling it well.
I think he's got .tv. I think he could challenge for that title, but I think there's a big catch there.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was a good stiff match. As we know, at least twice a episode, we are contractually obligated to go to Philly Buick commercial, where you can get a free fucking tracksuit.
Yeah, I mean, and that is honestly, that's one of the most amazing things that you can get: a free fucking tracksuit from the Supreme family. All you got to do is, it says gotta fucking buy something like a certified pre-owned or a gym membership. The gym membership, you got to sign up for a 12-month membership. They don't care if you show up to the gym or not. They'd probably prefer it if you didn't, but you will get a tracksuit. I don't know how much a membership cost. I'm assuming it's probably a couple $100 a year. So that's a pretty expensive tracksuit, or buying a car from them. But I don't know. We've seen people get blazers or like,
Walsh,
windbreakers. What?
Do you realize what we're about to see? We're about to see a chain link fence deathmatch. It's chain link.
Between a man with blown off nipples and a male model with a very tiny mouth.
This is important. I think this is incredibly important. So, can you walk through our viewers of how this match even came about?
Yeah. So Mr. Bianchi, the Bike Bianchi's father, is remodeling his home here in scenic Belleville, Iowa. And it's led us to have some interesting matches where there is an excess of flooring, for example, and we end up having a parquet flooring death match. There was also he bought brick siding for the wall, and he didn't quite like that, so we had a brick death match. And this right here, these two guys offered to help Mr. Bianchi to take down his chain link fence and put up a wood slatted fence. And then the fixers, Let Lou and Xylophonus Bianchi, mischievous little bastards that they are, they grabbed all of the parts, and then they came to the arena for some reason, because I guess they have all these pieces of spare bread around that they've hidden.
Yeah,
and they built
parquet.
this big cage.
Yeah, look, there's old light bulbs in there.
Yeah, this is just junk from the Bianchi household. And this cage was just assembled by them. They thought it was like a big Lego set, basically. And that was kind of the...
who owns the league and also does the league's social media.
Yeah, the fixers, they like bread. They like to make their patented bread balls, where they take a piece of white bread, put it in their hand, put a little ball of butter on the inside of it, maybe some salt, and then they just squish it together into a ball, and they put it on a shelf, wait for it to get nice and hard. Yeah, and they hide them all around the arena. Oh God, we got a ref bump.
And the ref couldn't even count that Hurricane Rana there.
Wow.
Male
model.
Front Reed, he's really shown a lot of grit and determination. He's a hell of a fighter recently, and he's found a niche in the hardcore division. And I'm not saying that that's because his nipples were blown off in a warehouse accident, but it might be where that comes from.
He's got no hair in front of his forehead or like his eyebrows. He's got none of that. He's just got he's got that fro in the back, on the top of his head in the back, and then he's got nothing in the front. We can't tell you the more graphic details, but
so
he's
kind of shocking to know that the ref is the only person bleeding in this match right now.
I feel like that was destined to happen. Front read. The most front read thing is it's very like going for a big running, setup and then just stomping on the guy. That is.
It's his momentum.
Yeah. That's just the way he is. He doesn't speak much. He doesn't really communicate well with anybody. He's just a guy with blown off nipples and then black tattoos on his nipples and his stomach, his belly button, to cover up the grotesquities of his injuries.
Jeez.
And he's going up against a man who has been, he does have social issues, He's going up against a man who also has some social issues. Zoroastriani Brown, he's a male model, but you know what? He's got a tiny little mouth, and it sometimes hinders him from getting jobs. It sometimes hinders him from, getting the work that he deserves for being a man in good shape.
Notice, Walsh, that there's no rope breaks here.
No, they're in a cage. They're caged animals right now. I agree with that decision by Picaporte, the bloody referee. If Mr. Bianchi was here, he'd probably be counting to 5 or something when they're in the ropes. Who knows what he would be doing? He's a strange man. He'd probably be wearing his battle armor. even though there's no explosion in this. There's no submissions here. You should make note of that too. Picaporte is not trying to, when front read's going for that big overhead stretch. He's not looking for. He does no inkling of trying to see if somebody's going to submit. This is a pinfall match. Can't escape the cage.
Oh.
They are.
Huge kick in the back then. Picks up a piece of that parquet floor. Doesn't really get anything out of it.
He just wanted to feel the parquet in his hands. Big short arm Jake the Snake style lariat from front read gets him a 2 count. Men's Warehouse. We had he was
the tree. Whoa.
We've seen terrible things happen to people in that move.
Does chain link hurt? Does chain link hurt somebody?
If you get thrown into it, absolutely, it doesn't feel good. That's for sure.
I mean, this hours ago, Mr. Bianchi is the referee for this match. Or no, he's not actually. Maybe it was
it's Picaporte.
It was too emotional for him to see his old chain link fence.
That's how he kept his dogs in. He's got a lot of dogs.
Yeah, I mean, bike and boxing, Bianchi, they used to play with that chain link fence. It's like their special little friend. Oh my God, slammed right on the parquet floor.
Oh my God. That was the front read front slam. That's what movie likes to finish with. But you know what?
Triani, he just lost in it. He went for the MMA title, but he lost.
Yeah, he did. He's a brave man. He's fighting out there in designer tighty whities. He just thinks that he's they're like Calvin Klein, like really special ones. They're made of that nice micromodal material. He's really proud of those. He got a roll. He got one of those
dancing, showing off. Very, very attractive man.
Wow. I mean, he was in a Calvin Klein underwear ad, one that goes in like the subways, mostly because there was no shot of the face. It's just like a body shot. They're really weird about him. Yeah, they really don't let him be him. It's pretty sad. He's a good man. He's not a bad person. He's not a wigwam Watanabe.
He's actually wearing Calvin Klein underwear right now. It looks like he's got,
absolutely.
Like, yeah.
He is.
It's surprising he doesn't slip out. That just shows the quality.
He's wearing brand new micromodal ones.
Suplex.
Really comfortable.
Picaporte now is busted open by Mr. Bianchi's chain link fence.
He ran it. He got pushed into the fence by these guys.
The question is what happens when Mr. Bianchi's done renovating his house?
I think that it's gonna one of those things where you're never really done renovating. Once you start, you don't stop. Right. It's just an addiction. He's always going to be renovating. Maybe we're going to see like a shag carpet death match or something. I don't know.
One day we could go to the Bianchi backyard, maybe.
Oh my God. I wish that we could have like a match inside the Bianchi home.
Yeah, maybe one day we can have the technology.
Like, somebody gets thrown down the family staircase.
Oh my God, picking up his sledgehammer. This is when it gets bad. I hate it.
Yeah.
This should not be legal. Oh, God.
Doesn't matter how sexy you are.
First right into the fence.
Oh.
Reverses Hurricane Rana. Picaporte's bleeding all over the place.
This is terrible.
Hell of a fight. Do you think that maybe they can keep this fence somewhere? Like, where could they store it?
I feel like the fixers will put it somewhere. They're like the elves of the league. They'll just they'll stow it somewhere, and then they'll be the only ones who knows where it went to.
Sir Astriani screaming out.
He's an emotional guy.
God, front read goes right into the chain link again. Oh God, that fence is at least 25 years old.
It's probably pretty rusty.
Oh, right onto the parquet floor again. That just came from Mr. Bianchi's kitchen.
Yeah, that big face buster on it. Jesus.
Oh, God. Whoa. Now he's really working over his Rossiani's back. which is terrible because Zarastriani is very athletic.
Yeah, he likes to be explosive. None of these submissions can score him a victory either. This is a pinfall only cage match here. So, this is just wearing him down. And Picaporte's watching as this man's just screaming in pain. And he can't do anything about it. He's taking a knee. This is a political statement. Picaporte taking a knee.
Zarastriani dancing away in his Calvin Klein underwear. Just showing off his, you know what? Props to him. He works hard on his body. All right?
Yeah, he does. He's a sexual being,
Front Reed will never be in a Calvin Klein underwear model.
20 minutes gone.
No, I mean, they would have to do so much airbrushing, it wouldn't even be funny.
Yeah, there'd be like, why don't we just hire somebody with nipples?
I mean, have you ever tried to airbrush nipples onto a human being? It doesn't work very well. Oh my god.
Oh.
Zarastriani showed his ass to him, and then that seems
And
to
then it
lit
ends.
fire.
Front Reed wins. Picaporte's bleeding all over the place.
Yeah.
Wow, Front Reed is throwing some away.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Good for him.
He deserves it.
97%. We've been seeing a lot of good matches tonight.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot of longer matches, like these guys are willing to go the distance against each other. They're willing to put everything on the line.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have the main event between Wim Nyman and Computer Collins, two former world kickboxing champions. These guys have met before under kickboxing rules, and now they're going to be fighting for a chance to basically be recognized here. They've been swept aside for the big personalities of the league, and these two guys are willing to go out here and put it all on the line just to be noticed, I think. And that is interesting. Computer Collins, good friend of Mike Bianchi. He might be getting a little bit punished because of the accidental death of Stromboli Supreme at his hands. As we know, his father, Florida King, rest in peace, was test driving a Supreme Buick, and he crashed into a brick wall.
You can't say that because every time you say that, you know that we have to show the commercial because we're contractually obligated.
Oh, god damn it. These Supremes are just... So yeah, there was his accident. He was a little drunk, a little tipsy. It was his dad, though. This was Computer Collins' father, Florida King. He didn't know his father until it was almost too late. They didn't really have much of a relationship, and he blamed the Supremes for that, and then took out his aggression on Philly's son, the sexually confused Stromboli, and it ended in tragedy.
And now we're seeing Wim just tee off on Computer Collins. Computer Collins has really found himself as a heavy striker. And as you can see by the red little ribbon on his tummy, that's a belly ribbon. Which
yeah.
Oops, sorry about that. You would normally see the belly ribbon right on Bike's stomach there. Instead, you're going to see a commercial for his substitute teaching.
We having to put these commercials mid-match is really... Bike really needs to do something here. This is taking away from all of our great action, but yet he silent bonus and let Leor controlling the board. That's why some of these people have strange nicknames sometimes because they don't like them personally.
Well, that's if we could get the broadcast to work, and so we could see some entrances. Yeah, it's a very contentious league. These people don't like each other.
They don't like each other. These people are not skilled workers. They're not paid or compensated that well at all. Most of them are substitute teachers. It's a really
of the crowd is their students. Their students have to watch these men just get bloody. It turned into bloody pulpy messes. I would say right now about 30% of the fighters in the league are substitute teachers, and that's because we do something every year called the Substitute Series. And
So we get new blood.
yeah, we get new blood, and it happens every July, and it's just for substitute teachers that are looking for work that can do some work in the fight league. So they have to go through a tournament. The winner gets a contract, a one-figure contract.
They get $5.
Yeah,
$5 and a pat on the back.
$9.99.
Hey, that's what we can afford. We don't question that. And then they can show up and get beaten up and mutilated and all those terrible things in the name of entertainment here. And let's not forget that some of these men have fallen prey to something called the Shadow Realm. It's hard to discuss.
We're throwing a lot at these wonderful people. So let's just focus on the fact that these two former kickboxing champions have been putting on a hell of a fight for the first 7 minutes.
Oh, yeah. These guys are beating each other up. Wim, the Dutch kickboxer.
Yeah,
and
look at the kick. Computer Collins is back.
And Computer Collins is more of a straight-up boxer.
Boom. 2 hits right to the back of the head. The thing is you would think in raw strength that Computer Collins would be the guy to bet on here, but Wim is sneaky strong. It's kind of like a Stipe Miocic.
Wim has, he's got big wins. He's got wins over Discussion Davis, greatest of all time, former world kickboxing and world champion here. He's one of the few men to have a real solid win over him. And, he's definitely made a name for himself. We haven't seen his professional wrestling aptitude quite as much as we've seen his professional fighting aptitude. But as we're seeing here, it's a pretty decent blend of styles, while Computer Collins is looking to punch and muscle as well. Yeah.
He's like a more explosive, almost like fancy Boss Rutan. Like if Boss Rutan in his prime went into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that fair, or is there another kickboxer that you think that he looks to for just overall career trajectory?
Wim Nyman, he trained with Dirty Bob Shriver for quite a while. But when it comes to like who he was a fan of, he was big into the now retired William Van Roosmalen. He was a big fan as well of Ernesto Hoost. And, of course, the deceased Andy Hoog.
Oh, yes. Right now, I mean, my money's on Wim.
He's really throwing a lot of kicks here. A lot of axe kicks.
He's exhausting. Computer Collins is the thing.
Yeah, Computer Collins is... he hasn't been the same since the accidental death of Stromboli Supreme. I know that sounds strange, but after you kill a man, what happens?
You can't. You can't do that.
Wait,
this ad space is too precious. Hero Supreme said that if we're going to be streaming at 2 a.m., that if you mention any of their family's woes, that they get paid for it.
I mean, come on, let's be real here, though. This is in Iowa. They have their gym and Buick dealership in Philadelphia.
Elbow these knees right to the head. Tap out.
Jesus.
You don't need this.
Like right to the back. He's just being held down by the skull. Mr. Bianchi, I don't know.
Computer with some heavy hits there.
My God. Computer is roaring back here with these punches.
Oh my God. Wim goes to the outside.
Wow.
And then Computer grabs a chair.
These guys are vying for the attention of the league. They know what's up.
They have a history.
Big neck breaker on that chair too. That wasn't for naught.
These guys have held belts before, and so like I was saying before, Walsh, do you agree that a win here, another big name win, and they're looking at a title shot?
I would absolutely think so. I mean, there is we're waiting for our big show that's happening on right before Valentine's Day, where two men who do not love each other, Bike Bianchi and Ichabod Adams, are scheduled to meet. But we haven't seen Bike Bianchi, the owner of the league, in quite a while. We've just seen this strangely masked man in his gear. Take that for what it is. I don't know. I'm not going to just come out and say it. That's for the world title. And, Bike had his mustache. His family prides themselves on their facial hair. His mustache was shaved off by Ichabod Adams.
Our champion.
He's not a good person.
And then there's sledding Bianchi, Bike's father. Counts computer college wins after all of that.
Wow,
that big belly
jumping
ribbon.
PT.
Belly ribbon has done well for itself today. This has been quite the night, and we're going to keep it going. You know what? 80%, not bad. I'm willing to throw it to the chat room here. I would wonder if you guys want a brick death match or a parquet floor death match. Keep in mind that Kaizen is coming, Walsh.
Ooh.
But let's throw it to the chat room. What do we want for a match? Do we want MMA, kickboxing, another wrestling match, battle royale? Let's throw it. Let's make this interactive. What do you think, Walsh?
I think when it comes to death matches, there are.
It doesn't have to even be a death match. It could be anything. Or keep in mind, we could just put the hardcore tag title on the line, which is a framed picture of the Public Enemy.
Yeah, I mean, wow. That is the Hardcore Tag Championship, a framed photograph of the Public Enemy. Cannot afford belts. Instead, framed photograph of the Public Enemy because, they're legends. You know what I mean? These guys have been around. They're not in our league by any stretch of the imagination, but, they're there. They exist. I personally, yeah, I mean, I feel like Parquet Battle Royal.
My God, that's a good idea.
Wow.
Are we doing this so it's not going to be a tag title between Until Robert and Bull Ferrari?
We could always bring that up later.
Lost.
Oh God. Naveen Andrews looking at these two jokers out on the beach on the island.
Unbelievable. All right, we're doing a Parquet Battle Royale.
Wow. Never before has that happened.
This is insane. I almost don't even know if it should happen. But I'm feeling fast and loose here. And it's gonna be. Do you want to just do a scramble, Walsh?
I don't know if it should be for the title. I feel like a Son of Phil.
I think it has to be.
Okay, I mean, fuck it, we're doing it live,
Fuck it, we're doing it live. So explain the scramble title rules here.
Sure. I mean, the scramble title is a very usually we open up each show with the scramble title being decided. It's a battle royal with eight participants. You can win by being thrown out of the ring, throwing your opponent out of the ring, pinning them, submitting them, knocking them out. It's a treacherous match. We've had the championship switch hands every week, minus this last time. Yasana Phil Rossi, this two-time champion, defended the title. Never before has that happened. Never. And you know what? He might have... Forcing him to do it again in a parquet floor death match is, quite frankly, brutal. But, that is the conditions of competing here. Nobody's safe. Nobody's treated well, particularly. And, this show wasn't scheduled, and here we are. I'm concerned about the health and well-being of these guys, though. This is, it's not healthy to slam each other on a parquet floor. It's not healthy. but I guess that's what's going to happen here, and I'm personally concerned about Isanafil. He had to go through a grueling battle royal last night, defended his title. He's going to do it again. I don't know. I feel like sometimes we go too far and push these guys a little too hard.
Oh my God, Jesus goes down on this deck right away. This is kind of an interesting bunch of people here.
Yeah, this is we've got some big names going on here. Trios champion Cheesesteak Supreme.
This is actually really just, oh my God, this is brutal.
Former .TV champion, former hardcore champion in there, and then we got Fun Adams in there for some reason, just being an idiot. Oh.
Well, it's not so much of a gimmick as it is just like a necessity, chat room.
Oh, a double power bomb on the parquet.
This is this is what's left over from sledding Bianchi. As you can see him, he's the ref right now. He had his mustache shaved off from Ichabod Adams, and he's the world champion right now. He's the alt-right. He's been holding the belt nefarious means for a very long time.
Yeah.
And so this is sledding Bianchi's, this is his kitchen. We saw his chain link fence earlier, and now we're seeing some of his parquet floor. This is a down-home league. We don't have a lot of money.
Literally, found items are used to make matches here. I mean, anytime they
someone
slam.
was eliminated. I was looking away from the chat room. I don't know.
No, that was actually former hardcore champion Wigwam Watanabe.
Oh wow. Who has fought parquet before? Incredible.
Yeah, he's
the only other man ever who's ever fought on Mr. Bianchi's kitchen beyond like boxing and bike when they were young.
Yeah, they definitely rolled around a bit on that. Fun Adams really likes.
Fun Adams is just going for that drop kick. And he
I like that he goes.
He's hurt.
His big move seems to be the go behind and then the leg trip. But you know what? On the parquet floor, the damage is amplified. This isn't just a regular wrestling mat. It has a layer of parquet flooring on it. Leftover from the 90s, basically.
Oh God. Fun Adams with the blonde hair on the far left-hand side and the black shorts. He's done nothing but lose, actually, as part of the league highlight reels. Sometimes he gets a shot.
And then in the scramble match, that's it. That's all he gets.
We need a warm body.
Yeah, he is mostly a warm body. Getting hurt a lot.
Oh no. Sledding just went down on his own kitchen flooring. He's hurt.
Oh God!
Maybe Ito is just showing off.
Yeah, he's doing like a Power Rangers thing. I don't know, like.
Oh man! Oh no! Sledding is bleeding all over his floor. It's gonna get slippery.
This flooring is terrible. Fun Adams keeps flexing for some reason after he's doing literally nothing.
Now you just lay on a guy on the parquet floor. Oh no, Isanafil, the champion, he's busted open now too. We saw him earlier when his uncle beat for almost an hour in the ring. God, there's blood all over the parquet
He didn't
floor.
think he was going to have to compete, and here he is competing.
That should be the official SCFL music walkout compilation. Is called Blood on the Parquet Floor. Offers Thompson realizes that he shouldn't jump on the parquet floor, so just stomps. Oh my God, his knees.
Wow. Jeez. He's not thinking straight here. This guy, former .TV champion, and now he's going for the Scramble Championship. A little bit of a step down. He lost his shot at the .TV Championship last night. He's a broken man. He's not broken, but he's basically, this is his rosebud.
I think that they should stop for a while, clean up this play.
Because it's going to be slippery. It's going to be slippery.
Oh. Jesus, praying. Fun Adams, big backdrop on the parquet floor. Wow, Sonnenfeld did a cartwheel and slipped and fell. He's just laying there bleeding. Every time you throw some offense, it's like, sure, I'll slam this guy, but I'm landing on this parquet floor too.
Yeah, it's oh my god. Oh.
A kitchen from the 80s or the 90s is one of the most dangerous places in the world.
Yeah, I mean, think of what it survives. Yeah, you ever have your parents fry something on a pan or something, and like the bacon grease flies everywhere? That's on a parquet floor, folks. You ever spill Kool-Aid? That's on a parquet floor.
His Sonnenfeld's eliminated.
Wow.
He did it, and Fun Adams is gone too.
Fun Adams.
Wow, we're gonna have a new champion.
Offers just eliminated both of them in a row. Like, he's just pissed.
Wow. The belly ribbon guy's kind of a bit of a miscommunication there. Jesus. Mike at 3 here. 9. It's weird to see a Missouri in here without his tag team partner. Normally, this makes sense. They're always in crazy hardcore matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Round ball, baby. Round ball rocks.
Who wrote that again? Oh my god, now Jesus.
John Tesh.
John Tesh.
Tesh should be in the league. He's like, he belongs here. The question is, what happens if Cheesist wins this title? Does that mean he holds 2 titles?
Yeah. He's also the trio champion.
Yeah. Kind of hoping somebody eliminates him pretty soon because, we don't like to get things log jammed like that.
I mean, he'll just have to fight. Like, this title is only been defended once. And don't even get ahead of yourself. There's 5 people remaining. My money's on offers.
He's motivated. He's a motivated BJ Penn.
Oh no, and then he gets eliminated by his own teammate, his own belly ribbon teammate, immediately Ito. Like a corkscrew brainbuster out of the ring.
That's his finisher. That's his finisher. He did it in style.
But you know what? I think he was saying, hey, teammate, friend, I gotta do this. I'm not gonna drop you on the parquet floor.
Yeah, that's true. Although he dropped the hardest part of an actual ring, which is the apron.
That is true. Well, no one ever said immediately Ito thinks things through.
Okay.
He's not the dumbest man in the ring, though. That's for sure. That is Cheesesteak Supreme in the white, covered in blood. Big lightning leg lariat from him. Scores the 2.9 on the Maximo, Missouri.
Okay.
Jesus going up. Oh, immediately Ito drops him on the parquet floor. Ito's gassed though. Oh, everybody's down. What do you do? He's just gonna run up to somebody and kick him.
Wow.
Like an embarrassment of riches as far as people to hurt. Oh. Every time you throw like a flying kick, which is something that Ito does, is you gotta think twice. That's why it looks like these guys are running the ropes out of instinct.
Oh.
And then they realize that, hey, I shouldn't do a flying whatever to the ground to the set parquet.
Cheesesteak, the dumbest man in the ring, might be the smartest for just doing running like kicks to the stomach. He's not doing. I mean, he's not spiking his head on the ground like he usually would.
Okay, baby.
Then we have Earl Von Trell in there.
Earl Von Trell.
Yeah, he's been a contender in kickboxing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus, with that big Japanese Ocean Cyclone suplex, but in the ropes. You got to think these things through, Cheesesteak. Everybody's just getting hurt here. Slipping, sliding, blood.
Jesus up top. This has got to be it for Ito. 2.9. Wow.
You know, that has to hurt his knee, Cheesesteak's knees, you know. He's still taking punishment when he
he's about to go up top. Oh my god, Ito onto the parquet floor.
Wow.
If I'm sledding Bianca, you know, he's sledding his bloody and beat up. He's been smacking his hand against his parquet all night. That sucks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is... Wow.
Jesus, rolls over easily.
Nobody really knows why. Revlon Trail was like staring down nobody. This is chaos.
Three. Jesus. Pins Missouri.
Wow.
Very interesting. We have a Son of Anger. We've got someone from the Philly Buick dealership. Damn it.
And then you have Belly Ribbon represented as well. The major factions.
Yeah. All of the major factions. Uh-oh. Jesus rolled up.
Wow.
Jesus is out. It's between immediately Ito and Von Sperell.
You know, I mean, that's for the best.
Wow. How much does that take out of Ito when he does that flying kick and he lands on that parquet floor?
You know, that's a question.
Wow. Immediately Ito. Look at that. The new opening scramble champion.
You know, failed tag title contender. And now he's the scramble champion.
76%. I would give it higher than.
You know, I mean, that was a brutal match. These guys were hurt bad.
Walsh, I know that we've been going through a lot of weird stuff lately in the league. There's been like slips and tears in reality. We're gonna go back and look at a video of a very strange happening. This is what happened at Jensen Woods a few weeks back.
Jensen Woods, Ghost Hunter. Jensen Woods gets an entrance, that's for sure.
That's scary stuff. That's scary stuff that I wish I didn't have to acknowledge. But we do.
Yeah, I mean, an apparition grabbed him and hurt him. And we've seen men frozen mid-ring. And we've heard from Bike Bianca that he was taken to another realm. He came back overweight, 30 pounds overweight, forced to go on a crash diet to get rid of the weight. Other men have been taken. A Bike was even tweeting from the Nether Realm. It was pretty crazy. Jensen Woods was hired to investigate, and there he was getting hurt by something in the ring. We haven't seen him since. That was over a month ago. We've been told that he is supposed to come back and brief us on what's happening. Maybe it'll be next week. We hope. But, you know, he has to overcome his injuries and the crippling fear of what could happen to him. Investigating this.
It's very concerning. We've been seeing a lot of weird stuff happening. A lot of weird stuff. So I don't even know. I don't know how to take it, but hopefully we can get down to business and just rid the spirits or whatever that is. So we're gonna actually we're gonna do a quick gruesome tournament to determine a #1 contender for next week.
Wow.
And then while we do that, we're actually gonna take a look back at what happened to Bike Bianche when he had his mustache. Poor Bike. He's the leader of this. He founded the league. He's just a busy guy. He's booking stuff. He's working with substitute teaching. He's very busy.
He has done social media management. He was doing it for UFC champion Michael Bisping, and that did not work out, sadly. He's a very busy man. He's a very stressed man. And now he's a man who, you can see his beautiful mustache in this ad. That's gone.
Here we go. So here we are. Walk us through this, Walsh. A few weeks back, Hero and Bike were fighting for the #1 contendership. When in comes you-know-who, the champion.
Ichabod Adams. He can't deal with these guys. He feels that he is the only person worthy of that title, and he doesn't want these guys vying for it. So he came down to the ring and he interrupted one hell of a match, I'll say that. I mean, as you could
here.
Yeah, these guys exchanging blows. I mean, you see each guy hit their finish, and then Ichabod's out there. He sees what's going on. He's not happy. Grabs a light tube. He doesn't exactly he's kind of an aloof moron at times. He doesn't have the best aim. He never was involved in sports. Maybe that's why he's so angry. Hero attempts to keep the match going. So does Bike, but Ichabod, it's difficult because it's kind of a brave thing to run in and fight to two guys. But these two guys had already endured a match. Then he hits the Pepe Driller on Bike and follows up with this big sickle-like razor and shaves his mustache off.
It's absolutely terrible. It's really just possibly the worst thing that's ever happened in all of our time here.
The Bianche family, their facial hair is their legacy, and he took that from them. The following week, he took Sledding's facial hair as well.
All right, so here we go. Beginning of our #1 contender gruesome tournament.
My favorite thing about the Bike ad is that it says that's Twitter and that's email, so you don't get them confused.
So Foundation Russo is a former champion here, and you see Belly Ribbons. No, Foundation Russo is a former kickboxing champion, whereas Blaster Robinson in the black and red is a former MMA champion, correct?
Yeah, he was the gruesome champion. He lost that title, and he wants it back, that's for sure.
These elbows to the back.
Yeah, I mean, for
that these guys know going into this, you just elbow another man, destroy his spine. That's how you're gonna win.
Yeah, these guys, we've seen terrible spinal injuries happen to these guys from that headlock spinal elbow. Careers have been altered. Absolutely has authentic MMA tats, that's for sure. You're not a real MMA fighter unless you look like a white supremacist. You know, that's what the kids say.
Wow. Meanwhile, Foundation Russo is on top, dropping bombs on Blaster. Foundation Russo he's kind of half drunk right now because the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think that Blaster Robinson is going to win, but Foundation Russo is dominating right now. And you know Foundation Russo, any punch, and he's fine.
He hits like a Mack truck. He's you know, he's a bit of a bully. He's feuded with Philly Supreme for a long time, in real life and in combat sports.
Another elbow to the spine. Oh my God, he's just working over the spine. He knows the only way I'm gonna get past this guy is, you know, don't even worry about the chin anymore. Just
Yeah.
late hit there.
Well, you know, I mean,
Robinson,
this is.
what the hell?
I think he knows that this is an important title. You got to do what you got to do what you can. Mr. Bianchi is not a great MMA ref. He's not really familiar with the rules all that well.
Right in front here. Foundation Russo does not know how to defend anything.
No.
I think the fact that now they're going at it like Fry Takayama.
Oh my God. What a brawl.
What did you expect? This is what you expect out of this. This is just brutal. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why is Sledding even asking if you give up? I mean, props to him. He got out somehow. This is insane.
That's a lot of unanswered shots to the back of the head that Sledding just let go. Like that's.
Foundation gets slammed down. Choke. I would hate to be Sledding Bianchi in this situation. It's like, hey, what do I don't know what the rules are really.
I mean, it's submission or knockout. You know, it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but he's just so confused.
Oh, powerbomb knocks out Blaster after all
Wow.
that Foundation. He wants to hear it for the Eagles, baby. Wow, if he is powered by the Eagles, we know that multiple people are openly on steroids, but not many have, I don't think we have any Patriots fans in the league. Incredible.
Probably not.
89%. Yeah, that was a hell of a fight. I'm pulling for Foundation. And
Well,
then
I mean-
we're actually seeing someone who's just in a fight, but he was eliminated after like 2 minutes. So then he demanded to be in this tournament. Wigwam Watanabe.
And he's wearing
Yep.
he's wearing boxing gloves. Well-
I talked to him briefly about this, and he insisted.
He's what's his name?
Art
Art
Jamison.
Jamison? Yeah, he's it's like fuck it, I'm wearing gloves.
Whoa! Look at that. Wigwam always is going to go for the knockout punch. So it's interesting to see him go for the submission.
Yeah, I think he understands that it's not going to be. Turgid is a tough fella.
I mean, size-wise, they're pretty much the same. I think it's pretty funny how Turgid decided to go bare knuckle, while
Yeah.
Wigwam. I mean, maybe Wigwam understands that he needs to protect his hands. He's been there before. He's broken a hand, and
Yeah.
this is a tournament. It's a Wigwam is really, really leaning into the whole like I can't hurt my hands. This is a tournament.
He doesn't quite have like the Georgia Petrosian paper mache hands, but he's, you know, his hands are pretty fragile. Like.
Turgid does not care. He just puts some tape on my wrists. I'm good to go.
He's wearing boots. I mean, there has to be an advantage to being bare knuckled and wearing boots in a fight.
Yeah, this is out of control. This is why Sledding clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. What the hell?
I mean,
oh my God, Wigwam! What the hell is happening here? Oh my God, the elbow to the back. Turgid is hurt. Turgid is hurt.
Oh my God!
Sledding is now like, yep, he's done. This is sick. This is a sick operation.
Oh God!
I'm not comfortable with any of this.
Elbow to the spine once again claims another victim. I don't know how to feel about it.
I mean, here we go. 2 belly ribbon fighters fighting for #1 contendership. I do not know how I feel about this. Foundation went through the harder fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, Wigwam with the easy knockout, basically. That big
Like,
spinal elbow.
like, You can change out of your gloves now, you know.
He's like, nope. No, he didn't need it. He didn't need his knuckles. He needed his elbow.
Right. But now he's I guess he'll probably fight this Saturday if he wants here. So I guess that's why he wants to protect his hands.
You know, protect your neck, protect your knuckles.
I'm just wondering if Wigwam's just gonna be able to outwork Foundation now. Foundation was two rough rounds. That was a war.
Yeah, he fought an actual fight. Wigwam just...
Oh, I don't know what that is. He's just kind of like talking shit in his ear.
You know, I mean... we call that a can opener.
Ah. Yeah, I think
that's a classic MMA submission.
Foundation's slow to get up here. He's pursuing Wigwam, but let's be honest. Let's be honest here. This is Wigwam stomps Foundation.
This is a man in the highlighted best shape of his life against an older man getting headbutted. Like, this is... Remember the Supremes outside of Cheesesteak and Foundation, they're all older gentlemen in their 40s. Grew up in the neighborhood together. Wigwam, just a stud, kind of a piece of shit, but we don't talk about that. Not since he threatened to sue after
here it is again.
Let Lou. Oh, wow.
Oh, God. It's like GSP, the knees to Matt Serra's ribs. Props to Foundation for even living through this. Wigwam is a monster. This man is a monster. Oh, Foundation goes well after the bell, some uppercuts.
Fight!
These Philadelphians are all about the uppercut.
I mean, like I said, he's half in the bag. He's not feeling anything right now. The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, baby. Fuck Tom Brady. I'm going to force you down and force you into a power bomb, just like that. And then,
wow.
when he thinks about what Nick Foles has done to come in for an injured Carson Wentz, look at him right now. I
don't know what any of that means.
The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and it is a story. It is fairy tale, and I think that's Foundation is just thinking of that right now as he wails on Wigwam. Just how incredible that Torrey Smith touchdown was. That's just my take. That's just my take.
Wigwam was listening to Tori Amos before this match, so who knows?
Foundation is rallying back. My God.
Jesus Christ.
Wigwam with that huge headbutt, though. Foundation, win or lose here, like this guy's got some fans. Brings the relatively fresh Wigwam deep into round 2 now in a war.
Yeah, Wigwam looking for the shoot Boston Crab, but that's a tough sell, I feel like Foundation needs to work the elbow to the spine.
Yep. Oh God, and then Wigwam just rubs his elbow into his face. Oh, you look the Eagles now. Oh God, the elbow to the face. He quit. He's like, I just can't take it.
Oh my God.
I'm done.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh no.
Wigwam.
I can't fathom that.
96%. David Dixon's fan loved it, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Wigwam belly ribbon.
Belly ribbon on belly ribbon action. Wigwam is not a good person. Should not be celebrated.
The masked cyclist was with that guy.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have strong opinions about him. They feel that he is just Mike Bianchi in a mask, a goofy mask at that. You know, especially after he had his pride taken away from him and his mustache shaven off. But I don't know.
We're gonna do an exploding barbed wire death match here. I know it's a little crazy to think, but we're doing it.
Wow.
And it might be the last one of the night. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I don't know.
Wow.
We're gonna put especially Esposito in there.
The hairless man.
Yeah, he's got alopecia.
He's both fearless and hairless.
And we're gonna put him against, you know, it's two men that both are 5'6". One of which is hairless.
Fight!
Especially Esposito versus Little Jonesy.
Wow. Mr. Bianchi in full armor here. He's been hurt once already tonight.
This man has been hurt so many times yet. He was already hurt in the, he probably should have been wearing armor during the parquet floor death match. He's learned his lesson. He got super glued up and he knows that in 15 minutes this ring is going to explode and he doesn't want to feel that.
Yeah.
It's already bad enough.
It's bad enough that he had to witness a lot of his household items used tonight. He now has to deal with an explosion, possibly. He's been in these matches before. He's been a bloody mess. He had to get this armor custom built for him. It's a bitch to put on. It takes a solid 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get on and off. But, you know, he feels like his safety is tantamount here. I don't blame him.
This is a very weird fight for these two men. I don't know if Little Jonesy's ever been in a hardcore match. And
Yeah.
I know especially Esposito has. Especially Esposito, who just saw his tag partner win the Scramble title. So I guess he... And that was a hell of a fight.
These are men going their own way, if you know what I mean.
It has been a good night for Belly Ribbon, though, so hopefully, especially Esposito, who's normally he's like a champion boxer.
Yeah.
This is way out of his wheelhouse.
He's got some of the fastest hands we've ever seen.
Yeah, he's beaten big men. He's gotten destroyed before too, but oh my God, Little Jonesy was bare-shirted right into the barbed wire. Yeah, I think you have to agree that especially Esposito is one of the best boxers in our league history.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's tenacious. You know, he likes being involved in the boxing side of things, and he goes for it. And he's been rewarded handsomely for that.
Oh God! And then he goes boxing trunks into. Those silk boxing trunks are going. Whoa, nice little move there from Mr. Bianchi. He's really warming into this job here.
He's dancing. You know, he's dancing because he's so invested now. He knows that he's not gonna get caught up in an explosion. He's not gonna get burnt.
These men
you know,
refuse to take a barbed wire bump. Like this is incredible.
they're not wearing shirts. You know,
Absolutely. They don't want to do this. Normally in hardcore fights, like they wear jeans or a shirt. These guys don't want to do it because this is all last minute here.
Yeah, Mike Bianchi basically just instructed them that they had to go out. Nobody saw his face though. You know, he's still hiding his face after his mustache was shaved off. It's just kind of like he's sending emails, he's saying "Love Mike."
Right. He's not the masked man. He's not the masked man. This mat
he's
is just so dirty. It's just.
it's a
something about this. Little Jonesy refusing. Which is, you know, a little awkward if these guys, I mean, I guess these guys didn't know what they were getting into, so they're not getting paid enough for this, that's for sure.
No, these guys are barely compensated.
Little Jonesy going Pin.
Wow.
Nothing.
So, sorry, Mr. Bike. No love bike.
Especially Esposito going face first in the mat. They're in 6 minutes, 2.9. I don't even know if this is going to go to the 15 minutes. In 6 minutes, this ring is blowing up. I don't think little Jonesy or especially Esposito knows. Sledding Bianchi sure does.
Yeah, he's out there all ready for war, and these guys are just shirtless, and we all want to see an explosion.
Oh, especially Esposito. Right into that barbed wire, and then little Jonesy kicks the wound.
What an ass.
Ah.
5 minutes.
10 minutes gone.
Oh, part of that parquet floor from earlier.
Wow.
Wow. Especially hits him, but Jonesy walks right through it. Wow, he's just stalking him. God. 4.5 minutes. Insecurity. He says, kiss my little ass, picks up part of that parquet floor. Ooh, right to the small of the back. He's
wow.
The barbed wire.
He's trying to open up that cut further. You know, there's definitely a cut there, but just like he's so amped up and full of adrenaline, it hasn't really fully opened yet.
Is that how that works?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of why the medical reason would be for that, but
oh God, that's a stinky armpit. We both know that.
yeah.
Little Jonesy does not have the best hygiene. What the hell? Especially as Esposito goes to cover him right after. Little Jonesy doesn't understand why he did that.
They're just little men.
Oh God, especially Esposito's busted open now. He's got.
They
no
were born
hair
via
on his body to
C-section.
protect him. Could this be a bullet? Someone's taking his damn time getting over there.
Wow. Well, you know,
and the clock ticks down. What is he thinking?
He's in all that armor. He really can't move as quickly as he usually would.
It's true. Oh God, look how brutal this is with the blood. I would hate to have another man's blood all up in my armpit.
Oh,
Oh,
it makes him slippery.
less than 2 minutes to a nice straight right. Knocks down little Jonesy. All of these roll-ups. 3. We're not going to see an explosion.
Wow.
Little Jonesy.
What a heel move.
No. We're not going to see an explosion tonight. Incredible. I wanna give the people what they want, you know, and do we not do another exploding deathmatch maybe until we fucking see it?
I don't know. Starting to get late.
It is. Well, we might just say let's go out on that and hit Amari bread. We appreciate you so much for stopping by and everyone else who is watching. You great commenters, and we appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
What a world.
It is. It's a hell of a world. It's a hell of a place. Just keep in mind that if you have any social media needs, social media done the bike way. This is Bike Bianchi with a mustache and SCFL highlights and bike at District 204 admin at EDU. Also brought to you by Substitute Teachers Solutions Done the Bike Way. Interstate 35 Elementary Middle School as SCFL highlights and bike District 204 admin.edu. Also brought to you by Philly Buick. Supreme Family Buick. Free fucking tracksuit. Gotta fucking buy something. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you on Saturday night, where we have another big show coming at you. We'll be seeing the Masked Cyclist taking on half of the tag team champions, Pyotr Petrov, and that's something to look forward to.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Good night.
Good night.